start. This is a song about Googling the first person I did it with. Hey Wendell, where are you now? I searched online but nothing found. I wonder what you done and what you become. Wendell, you were the first for me. We were both stoned at 17. After our date at the Denny's, we got it on. We got it on. It didn't last too long. Hey Robin, I typed in your name. Nothing came up, so I'm afraid I'll never know exactly why you broke up with me. But it turned out okay. Met someone else on that same day. Her name was Jenny, and I wrote her that song. It didn't last too long. And the list goes on. Some of the people that I went out with before I met you. These are some of the people that I thought would be the one. Oh, Billy, my, how you changed. You lost your hair and gained that weight. I wonder if I look that bad too. Have you kept up with my career? Do you still wish that you were near? I hope that you regret you fucked my best friend, Marilyn. These are some of the people that I went out with before I met you. These are some of the people that I thought would be the one. Oh, it's your time, Julia.
So I had this boyfriend in high school, Tom McGonigal, and I don't even think he was really a boyfriend. He was just, I think you would say he was just not that into me today, would be the phrase. But I loved him, and the most embarrassing, well, there's so many embarrassing parts, but one of the many embarrassing parts about my unrequited love for him was that I deliberately failed an eye test so that I could get glasses, because my fantastic strategy with guys was that if I looked really smart, they would be attracted to me. Anyway, we were in AP history together, and I just thought he was the greatest, and we had sex with each other, and we went off to college, but it was never like a committed thing, and I, really liked him, and he liked me. And then I went to the University of Washington, he went to Gonzaga University, and then he went to law school, and I would come in town, and I remember he worked at Hennessy Smith Funeral Home, and sometimes I'd go visit him there, and sometimes we would do it at the funeral home. And I remember a particular New Year's Eve, because that's a very busy night. That's a busy night at the funeral home, because people, they choose that night to really kill themselves. Anyway, so you can be interrupted, is what I'm saying. Anyway, and I would write him these letters during college, and I would spend more time on these letters to him than I would spend on the essays that were due. Like, I would go over every word, I would put it down for a week and come back and write, and it was so incredible, and I would send them off, and then he would write me a note that was like, oh, got your letter, nice to see you're happy. Anyway, so it was just like that kind of thing. Okay, so he went off into his life. I think he joined the military and became a lawyer in the military. Anyway, and I forgot about him and got a little bit better with guys. Okay, so then at my 10-year high school reunion, he wasn't there. And then at my 20-year high school reunion, he was there. And I didn't think he even thought there was, he didn't even treat me any different than anyone else. And I, of course, had forgotten him. And then I went to my 30-year high school reunion, and by this time, I haven't even thought of this guy in 10 years. So I walk into the party, and he comes up to me, and his eyes are brimming with tears, and he says, Julia, my mom recently passed away, and I went through all these files and I found these letters that you wrote me, and I said, yeah? And he said, God, we were so close. We were such a team. That was you and me. God, that was a great time. And then it was like I sort of was suspended in air, like, okay, what is my response going to be? And like part of me wanted to say, buddy, you didn't even respond to those letters. But I felt like if I said that, it would reflect that I was way more invested. Like honestly, I had not even thought of this guy in 10 years. So I just let it, I went, yeah, that's right. And then we kind of had this moment, and then of course later I kept raging in my head like, I want to see those letters. That might have been my best work. And also I want to send them to my English professor because I think I got a C- that semester. To show that I was working on something. But it was so funny because I thought, wow, 30 years later, and just when I really could have cared less, the letters finally did their job.
Hey Alex, now what do I do? Went on Classmates and I found you. Do I pay extra for your address and phone? No, I'll leave it alone. I got a new love in my life. I think that this one could be right. If not, I'll add another verse to the song. And the list goes on and 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 on. These are some of the people that I went out with before I met you. These are some of the people that I thought would be the one. Oh. Hey Wendell, where are you now?
That song is on Jill's new album, which is so great.